Welcome to the hamlet of Markerville, rich with history and cultural heritage. Back in 1888, several families left their Icelandic home to settle here in central Alberta. It wasn't long before these pioneers organized a cooperative to start a creamery that became well known for its butter and cheese. The Icelandic Society was soon formed with the goal to preserve and interpret the region's history, something that continues to be passed on from generation to generation.
My name is Meredith Hillman, and I'm a fifth-generation Icelander in Markerville. My family came over from Iceland in the late 1800s, and we settled right here on the banks of the Medicine River in Markerville. And I've been living in the Markerville community ever since I was born. And I currently live on the homestead where my great-grandpa lived when he originally came. My great-grandpa was responsible for building most of the buildings in the community, as well as my grandpa was active in the Markerville band. My dad was a board member, and now that's been passed on to me of the Icelandic Society.
The Society has completely restored the Markerville Creamery and is now a museum, where you can also enjoy a coffee, ice cream, and some Icelandic cuisine.
Some of our traditional Icelandic food includes a pannukakkur, which is an Icelandic crepe. We also have vinatartur, which is Icelandic cake. And we also have plæsur, which is a traditional Icelandic type hot dog. When people come into the Markerville Creamery, they will also be able to get over 50 flavors of ice cream, as well as we have a gift shop that includes Icelandic books and Central Alberta books, as well as the heritage and the history about the community. There's a lot of significance that the creamery has in Central Alberta. So I think it's very important, and our society has done a wonderful job with the school programs and the tours that we have here during the summer months.
Our timing is perfect. It's early spring, and that means opening day at the creamery. The celebration features great food, rides on the Markerville Express, and lots of hands-on demonstration, including how to make butter.
We have a lot of cool events constantly happening here, and we're really excited about our taste event that's happening this July, where we will be focusing on showcasing local farmers and food here in Markerville. It's very important to support local people because that is who Markerville is. And if it wasn't for the local people, there wouldn't be a community.
Just a few clicks down the road from the creamery is the dairy farm of Theo and Elise. They moved to the area from their native Iceland in 1999.
I'm Theo van der Gen, and we run a dairy farm near Markerville.
Hello, my name is Elise and I'm Theo's wife, and together we run the dairy farm.
Now, 14 years later, we have 4 girls. The oldest is 12, we have a 9-year-old and a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old. And yeah, we raise them here, and it's fun.
My mom used to have a dairy farm, but her dad passed away on a young age. So she had to take care of the cows, and she always told me, I cannot understand that you married a dairy farmer, because she had never done. And I should have listened to her, but I didn't. And yeah, so that's my background, what I have for farming, and my uncle took over the farm, and I always loved it to be there. So that's how my interest came for dairy. A calf will be born, and you follow the whole cyclus till they're that far that they will give birth themselves and gonna be a milk cow. For example, if you have a chicken, after 6 weeks it's gonna be gone, and the dairy will stay on for a long time, and the oldest cow is 11 years now. When the calf is born, they will go to the little hutches. The first week I will give them colostrum, that's the first milk the cow produces. After a week they will get normal milk, and I will start them also with water. After 3 weeks they also will get hay and calf starter. After 2 months we start weaning them off, and then they go to the big shelter. A typical day for us is the alarm clock will go off at 4, and then hopefully we're in the barn by 4:30. Most of the time I will start milking. Theo is doing the bedding, so he will get the cows in. I will start milking right away. When the cows are almost done, he will come in and I will feed the calves. And after feeding the calves. I will go inside and wake up everybody to get ready for breakfast and get them off to the school bus at 8 o'clock. And after that I will have still 2 little ones at home, so I'm busy with them. We have coffee time around 10:30, lunch around 12:30, it's just really routine. And we start again at 3:30 after drinking coffee and tea. And the kids will come home and Theo will go in the barn and I will spend the time with the kids and do the homework. And we will have supper around 6:30.
And the next day is exactly the same. We almost live like a cow. The cow is so happy when the day of today is exactly the same as yesterday. We milk around 100 cows now. And we have also the same amount of heifers growing. So they calve with 2 years and then they are milk cow. And then we have another number of cows that are on holiday. We call it, they are dry. We don't milk them, but they are waiting to calve. And then they are back in production. I make sure that the milk is harvested clean. You clean the cows, you attach the milker, you make sure that everything stays clean while milking. The computer keeps track about the production. Sometimes the cow falls a little bit or has a problem with the way production goes. We try to get that information as quick as possible, that we can do something about that cow when she goes a little bit off track. The other thing is, with Alberta Milk, we have guidelines we need to follow. They have a pretty tight quality milk program, so everything is recorded. When we treat a cow, it's all recorded. When something goes wrong, then we have always a track to see what went wrong. Happens never.
The milk trucks visit the dairy farm every other day. Samples of the milk are tested and graded before the 7,000 liters are pumped into the refrigerated tank and delivered to one of the 18 processing plants in our province. On this particular day, the milk is destined for Calgary, where it'll be processed and find its way to the dairy aisle of a store near you.
We drink at least 8 liters of milk a week, and also yogurt and buttermilk. We like buttermilk too. And we eat cheese. I like the community because it has a little bit of a European style. There's a lot of people from the Scandinavian lands like Denmark, Iceland, and also Germany. Also some Dutch people here, so that is really nice. It's a really mix up from the European people. And it's still, even though maybe you have the same color, you have a different culture. And the culture is coming close to what we used to. So that's really nice. We get always tours every May. We get kindergarten coming out, we get the grade 4s coming out, and they have a tour on the farm. And it's really nice to tell them how the milk is produced and that you not buy it just in a package in the store, but what's all going with it. So that is really nice. And they do some ice cream tasting and cheese tasting, and we have yogurt and they will mix in their jam, so they make for the yogurt, and it's really nice and it's always fun to see the kids.
You have a business, so you try to keep that up, expand a little bit, make sure everybody who works with you and so is happy, that the family stays happy, to make a product that people like. I always love to see it when you walk on an event and people have the real milk, drink the real milk and eat ice cream, and I think, oh, maybe I produced it.
With the creamery, because it is an old milk plant, it's so nice for us to be involved with that. And I hope that the museum can stay on for a long, long time. I know it's hard, we need so many volunteers to get it running, but I really like it, and I really hope that the new generation take care of that. And it's also with the farm, I really hope that someday somebody will come along and keep the farm going, or even maybe one of the daughters will say, hey, let's go and do this. That's what I hope.
I'm really proud to be an Icelander and very proud of where my family came from and where we are today. And I'm very passionate to hopefully one day I'll be able to pass that on to my children, and it will just continue from generation to generation. I encourage everybody to come out to Markerville. It's the hidden gem of Central Alberta.
With Markerville's beautiful landscapes, rich history, and of course, famous ice cream,
Mint chocolate.
it's easy to agree.